Hi, my name's Geeta and I'm the CEO and founder of London-based Nosh Detox Delivery Limited. And we're talking today about making one small change. Today I want to talk about values. It's one of those really interesting things. I have regularly failed at being married. It's apparently something I'm really, really crap at. And one of the reasons that I just didn't really do very well at it is because I didn't understand how to measure what somebody said and if that was true. And it's something I hear from my girlfriends again and again and again. It was like, but he said this, but I believed him. And this isn't so much about relationships because, you know, everything that we do comes from within us. So it's more about how you are, how I feel, than it is about who you're with. But I find it very interesting that I didn't sort of have a yardstick, a way of judging what I was doing with this person because I couldn't sort of judge them very well. And do we ask why this relates to health? Because if I have a crap relationship, there is no way I'm going to be healthy. But when I'm unhappy, when I'm miserable, when I feel bad, when I'm resentful, when I'm upset, I'm jealous, all of those things are making me sick. They're completely making me sick. They're giving me anger, they're giving me inflammation, my liver's having to overwork, my gut is all clenched because I'm angry all the time. So my gut's not working very well. And oh my God, if my gut's not working, none of my body is working because it is literally the brain of your entire body. So it's very important to find a way to actually judge the people that you spend time with. And you know, as women, this is just not something we're taught. I have to say that when I was bringing up my daughters, the one thing I was determined to teach them was the word no. I mean, other than when you're talking to me, of course, because just say yes to me all the time, because that makes my life a lot easier. But no, I taught them to say no all the time. And I have to tell you, I was never taught to say no. I don't know how you grew up, but for me, I mean, subservient is a very strong word, but there is just a place where no one asked how I felt. Nobody asked how I thought. Nobody asked what I wanted. We were just sort of expected to go along with it. And it's such a female thing that you're sort of, because we tend to be more a receiving kind of gender, because we tend to flow better through life, because we don't really generally as a gender like confrontation, because it needs testosterone. It's really just not what we're built to do. We're built to nurture, build, create. We are just not brought up to sort of elucidate clearly what it is we want and when we want it. And let me tell you, the first time you see a woman who says what she wants, how she wants, and when she wants it, she's a bitch. She's a bitch. And you kind of think, do I have to? If I say what I want, do I have to be that person? I don't want to be that person. So what I've done is I created a system for my clients to be able to step into their own power, for them to be able to justify and understand, maybe not even justify, for them to clearly get what they wanted. So we have a fantastic exercise called the 7 Value Ladder. And what it is it teaches you that there is an enormous difference between what someone's values are and their behavior. That's very important. If you'd married the people I've married, you would know that was super bloody important. Because what happens is people will tell you anything, but the way that they behave is who they really are. And no, that old chestnut about, well, I was drinking and it wasn't me, that's all rubbish, actually. In fact, it really is. Like they'll tell you with hypnosis, it will never let you do something that you couldn't do anyway because it was within your makeup. We are shaped. We are literally shaped by our environment, our upbringing, our parents, and we are who we are. When you now meet another adult, whether you are working with that adult, whether you are living with that adult, whether you are sleeping with that adult, whether you're just conversing with that adult, ultimately that adult is who they are. It's really, really almost impossible to change somebody who doesn't want to change who they are. And that's not your job. Your job is to be able to understand them well enough so you can decide if you want to be with them or around them. Now, when I'm saying this, I mean this in terms of working with people. I mean this in terms of sleeping with people. I mean this just in terms of any of my interactions with people that really occupy space with me. Because if you've got a horrible energy, please don't come into my life. And please don't let me just fall for whatever you say and agree it. I don't want to. what I want to be able to do is to feel comfortable being with you because we're aligned. Now, what does that mean? It means that we have the same values, so that when push comes to shove, when it comes to a good time and a bad time, I know where you're going to come from and I know how you're going to behave. It's invaluable. It takes so much trouble out of your life to be able to trust, rely, and depend on the people around you. And I think that as women, we need that so much because we are so loving and nurturing and caring that we need to be even more careful who we let into our lives. So the 7 value ladder works like this. You take a piece of paper and you write down the numbers. We literally draw a ladder with rungs, and we draw eight rungs, and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you write down a list of all the values on the side that are really important to you. So now when I did this exercise, what was really important to me was trust, it was loyalty, it was compassion, it was, I don't know if frivolity is a value, but it really matters to me, because if we can't laugh about what's going to happen, that's going to be a real problem for me. Honesty was a value that really mattered. And I wrote down my values. Please write down your values. And then you take them and you think about someone that you know and imagine applying one of those values to them and thinking, what is the most important? What's the second most important, the third most important, the fourth, until you get down to 7. And you can sort of play with this a little bit, because there will come a time where you think, I don't know, and is this, and how about this? And somebody goes, what about this value? And you write down those values. Then you do the second step of the exercise. You take the 2, 3, 4 most important people in your life and you write down their values as you see it. Then you get them to write down their values as they see it. And it is the most illuminating exercise. It's fascinating, because when you write down what you think somebody's values are, and I mean, literally not from what they say, but who they are, what they do, it gives you a very clear picture, black and white. What do we have actually in common? And is it enough? And do I like it? Because newsflash, you can say get lost. And frequently we should say get lost, and we don't. We stay till the bitter end doing all kinds of rubbish. But it will make you ill to be with somebody whose values don't align with yours. So, the 7 value ladder for you. Then the 7 value ladder for your partner, your COO, your boss, the people that you work with. See how much you are in alignment and out of alignment. And then look at how well you get on with these people and how much you trust them. Because people whose values are like yours, you inherently trust them more, and it makes you happier to be around them, and it makes you calmer, more chilled, and much less stressed. If you found that useful, come over to noshdetox.com, come and see what else we do, and thank you so much for watching.